Hey guys, I have been using the same brushes since college, and I've been watching tons of YouTube videos and like art people do their watercolor thing, and they're all using the same brushes, and it's like, well, I want to know what the deal is. I want to be a cool YouTuber who uses the cool brushes. So I went and got a set of the silver black velvet line, and I will let y'all know what the scoop is on these bad boys. So when you're looking for a watercolor brush, there's a few things that you want to see. You want to see that it goes to a point, especially if you're doing a round, and you want to see that it has a big belly. So that would be this part. So what happens is the paint gets all sucked up into this part of the paintbrush, the belly, and then it'll distribute back out through the point. That's going to be the difference between a paintbrush that's made for water media versus one that's made for oils or acrylics, which is going to be more about spreading the paint over the surface. So I'm going to start with a 8 round. This is kind of your go-to brush. This would be, if you only had one brush, you would use this one. So that's using the round, dragging it on its side. So you can see you still get quite a bit of paint, but it comes into a rough texture. This might be cool if you're kind of a landscapey kind of artist who does more impressionistic. So this is really how you use a round, is more downwards. And you can see it'll go for quite a while before it starts running out. So it's holding quite a bit of paint in there. So the reason why this is your go-to brush for everything is because it can make a pretty big line like this, and then you pull it up, it makes a real little line. You can big line and a little line. So the fact that your brush can snap back into place, that's because this is a brush that has some natural hairs and some synthetic hairs. So the natural hairs are what's making it hold so much water, and the synthetic hairs are what's gonna make it snap back into place. So that's kind of what makes this Black Velvet series unique, is that it's a blend of natural and synthetic hairs. All right, so this is a 6 round. So this is the thickest, the 6 will go right here. So compare that to the 8 up here. And then this is as thin as it goes. And if I take my 8 and try to do the thinnest I can get it to go, they're roughly the same. So you don't, I mean, get a few rounds or whatever, but I don't know. You don't really need a 6 and an 8. So now I'm going to show you the script. This is a 1 script, and you can see it's got a longer, this right here is the hairs, so it's got longer bristles. So this is made for lettering, fine detail, pinstriping. And you can see, even though it's small, it holds a ton of paint. So this is kind of the thickest you can get it if you have a whole lot in there. You can get all the way up to that. I got this one in a set. I wouldn't typically buy one like this. But you could get tiny little hairs. Some little details, I guess. So that is the script. All right, now we've got a 1/2 inch flat. That puts down a lot of paint. Like that. So flat would be nice to get just straight, get nice straight edges with it. I like to think about the kind of marks my paint makes. So this just makes a slightly different mark than what a round is going to get you. This is the oval brush. Now this is one I've never used one like this. I didn't think it'd be that useful, and I really love it. So first thing is this brush is real thirsty. It will hold a ton of paint. You can smooth it out, cover up that hole. So you do have to go back over it. But still, you can get this whole area. And you can get nice, clean edges if you know how to, you're practiced and you can manipulate your brush properly. One of the things I like about it is you can get a real thick line like this, or you could get a thin line like this. It's all in one brush. So that is pretty cool. You can get right up in there. Get some precision in there. And just because the end of it is shaped in an interesting way, you can make interesting shapes with it. All right, my last one is the jumbo round. This is the medium one, so even the medium one is huge. And you would use this for backgrounds. You see it covers a large area. And you can still get a nice clean edge there. And this brush, actually all of these brushes are quite thirsty, so they will soak up a ton of paint and water. So something to keep up, or to keep in mind when you're mixing all of your colors together, that you're going to use quite a bit of your mixture. You could kind of bring it to a point. So these have less snap, so a bigger brush like that just always is going to have a little less snap, and that's fine. That's a pretty nice point for such a large brush. This big one. I mean, I don't know why you would use this brush for that kind of thing, but you could. And that's the jumbo round. Here's where the rubber meets the road. I have written down how much these guys cost. So I would call this more of a moderately priced brush, considering the Winsor Newton Series 7 will run you like $300 and $400 per brush. This guy, the set of 3, so we're talking the set includes the oval, a size 8 round, and a 1 script. So these 3 dudes are going to run you $49. And this is what I started with, and I really recommend it because I would have just stuck with a round. That's what I've always kind of used, which is kind of why I went for the set, because it's like, well, let's get some variety in there. And this oval watch, like I opened it and I was like, psh, never gonna use that guy. I really like it. So, yeah, it's why I like buying in sets, is because it forces you to buy things that you might not have chosen otherwise. So these guys, $49. This jumbo round is $25. This 1/2 inch flat is $13. And this size 6 round is $10. And all of these prices I pulled off of Dick Blick today on January 7th. And I don't know, okay, I love buying art supplies off off Blick. I shortened it the wrong way. Terrible name. I hate recommending, be like dickblick.com, and people are like, what? And I'm like, just go to the website. It's art supplies for the best price. Anyways, they always have the retail and then the Blick pricing, and I'm always like, is that like real pricing there? Because that's like insanely expensive. But I don't know. Maybe I can pat myself on the back after I make my little purchase. I'm like, yeah, I saved so much money today on brushes I didn't need. That's besides the point. Anyways, I really like these guys. This would be that like set of three. I would start with those guys. And you know what? If you're like first time watercolor ever, just get you an 8 round. That's all you need. I've been using these for like the past month, and this is the one I use over and over and over again. And then sometimes I reach for the oval. These two. I don't really reach for the liner as much. It's just, I think it's for script, like writing things and maybe like pinstriping and stuff. It's not really what I do. Yeah, I mean, it's a nice brush and all, but I don't find myself reaching for it. So yeah, it would be a great addition to your little art supply arsenal. So yeah, that's it. I hope you found this informative, and if you have any questions about brush purchasing, you can ask me in the comments. I might be able to answer it. So I will see y'all guys in my next video. Bye!